Wednesday, the show was cringy, and Wednesday Addams deserves better. Some of you are going to be really mad at me, but it must be said. Wednesday has absolutely dominated Netflix recently. Like, you can't go anywhere without hearing the dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands. Like the Lady Gaga song, which the song is not even in Wednesday, which is funny enough. You've definitely seen the dance. You've definitely seen clips of it. You've definitely seen Jenna Ortega by now. Wednesday's everywhere. And growing up, I've watched the Addams Family movies, but like it's not like a staple in my life by any means, but I was very, very excited to watch the show because of all the hype that it was getting. A few days after Thanksgiving, I was like begging my boyfriend, like, tonight we have to watch Wednesday. Like, we finally have to just like give in and watch the series because I thought it was gonna be really good. All right. 15 minutes into the show. 5 minutes into the show. I got such severe secondhand embarrassment because I can't believe that I begged for us to watch this show. And I thought it was so bad.
Welcome to Ophelia Hall. Not a hugger. Got it.
I was like, all right, maybe it's just the beginning. Maybe it's just the beginning. We get through the whole episode, and at the very end, we both were like, there is no way that we are watching this show. There's no way. Because it is so hard to get through. Now, I did not think that I was going to watch Wednesday. I didn't think that I was going to make this video at all. But a couple weeks ago, I had a migraine and I was blowing chunks and I needed something to distract me. All the while I was cleaning up my new kitten's diarrhea. Can't even see him. Little so diarrhea, little poopy boy, little poopy diarrhea man. So little. Anyway, I'm blowing chunks the whole day. It's really bad. I step outside of my apartment. I'm greasy. I look bad right after throwing up. And a man outside compliments my hair. It was like, there's vomit in it. Anyway, so that night, I decide to finish Wednesday. And I will forever associate this show with blowing chunks and wiping my kitten's ass. I have to say, I'm disappointed. Let's start off with some positives, okay? I don't want to just shit on this show. Let's start off with some positives. Can I just say, Jenna Ortega is an amazing actress. The costume design is amazing. Some of the casting choices and some of the celebrities within the show, great choice. The music is great. The dancing is great. That's about it. The things that ruined the show for me was the script, by far, the shitty CGI, the Disneyfication, and also the Riverdale-ification of Wednesday Addams, and so many plot holes that there has to be a whole subreddit for all the plot holes that are within this show. Which is why I'm confused in a world full of many critics, like myself, why this show is doing so great. It surpassed Stranger Things in minutes watched within the first week. Also Dahmer, which it definitely should have surpassed Dahmer. Anything should surpass Dahmer, honestly. Let's start off with the script writing. It feels so incredibly childish and forced.
My blog is like the #1 source for Nevermore gossip.
Yo, Enoch, you're not gonna believe the dirt I heard about your new roommate.
Ajax, this is my new roommate Wednesday.
Whoa, you're in black and white. Like a living Instagram filter.
Ignore him. Gorgon spent way too much time getting stoned.
And I'm shocked because this is Netflix and I know they had a big ass budget. They couldn't get better writers in the room. Some people are saying like, well, the Addams Family is known to be kind of like corny and like weird. And I'm like, yeah, but not this bad. Not like this. I feel like I'm watching a Disney show with some Disney acting within it because there's no way to not make it Disney-esque. Yet the show is not intended for children. Like, I had to remind myself several times that this show is not intended for children because there's gore and there's cursing and there's like adult themes within it. But then you're simultaneously feeling like you're watching like Good Luck Charlie. I think I also was assuming that the show would be like shot in a different manner. I don't think that I was expecting this at all. Everyone keeps saying that the show is like so dark and it's so... Making the character wear all black and being shot in like catacombs and having dark lighting does not make the show dark, okay? There's nothing fucking dark about this show, especially with the way that it's shot. I think I just assumed that the show would be shot more like American Horror Story, and instead it's shot like a glorified CW show. The CGI. The fucking CGI. I know some people love it. I know some people are like, oh my god, this is so Tim Burton. First of all, Tim Burton shouldn't have been involved in this in the first place, but let's not talk about that. I stopped taking the show seriously and having hope for it when I saw the monster for the first time. The monster at the end of episode 1, I screamed when I saw it. Not out of fear, but with laughter. Because I could not believe that they did this and they were dead ass. They were so fucking serious. And then you got to see him at the end and he's like naked. Like, what the fuck? Oh, but it's Tim Burton. It's fitting for Tim Burton. It's ugly. It's ugly. That's what it is. And it's really fucking unrealistic. And it just makes you feel like it takes you out of the show and it makes you feel like it reminds you that you're watching a show. There's so many. I feel like a hater right now. I'm Nikki Nasty first and a hater second. But I'm not letting Tim Burton get away with fucking up Wednesday Addams as a character. Okay. I've seen so many tweets about this goddamn wolf. Oh my god, it's so important to me that Wednesday got to see Enid for the first time when she wolfed out. Oh my god, this scene is so important to me. What were they doing? What is this show about? Be serious. What is this show about? You are Netflix, you can afford better CGI, and you can afford to not do our girl Enid so fucking dirty like that, which we'll get into in a second because that girl was done so dirty. I felt like I was watching Scooby-Doo. That the monsters, the equivalent of these monsters and wolves and everything is the equivalent to Scooby-Doo. The show could have been so good. Let's get into talking about our girl Enid, who I feel so incredibly sorry for the actress who played her because you can tell she's a good actress. She put her whole fucking wolfussy into this role. It's the script that fucking blows and ruined the character for me.
Kitty is taking no prisoners. If Bianca Barclay wins again this year, I will literally scratch my own eyes out.
I would pay money to see that.
Howdy, Ruby. I'm so glad you decided to stay.
I thought you wanted your single room back.
Full disclosure, I don't like living solo, and Thing gives a killer neck massage. It's a win-win.
A lot of people online are now rooting for Wednesday Addams to end up with her roommate Enid in a romantic relationship. I am all for shipping. I am all for shipping characters, of course. I'm all for shipping. I'm all for ships, whatever. It makes me sad because they will never happen. And the show will never allow that relationship to happen because you can obviously tell they're going to end up putting Wednesday with Xavier. Like, we can tell that. Wednesday has chemistry with no one because she's Wednesday Addams. You know, she has no fucking charisma, all right? She doesn't have charisma with Tyler. So, like, when they kissed in the show, I was like, this feels weird and forced and unnatural because there were like no signs or clues that she was even into this dude. No fucking chemistry with this kid Xavier, like none at all. Which, by the way, a big reason I should say why I watched this show is because my friend texted me and was like, oh my god, did you know that one of the brothers in the band The Garden, one of the Shears twins, is actually in the show Wednesday? And I was like, no, that is not true. And I Googled it, and of course it's not. It's just some kid who happens to look like a third Shears brother. But damn, does he look like a third Shears brother, especially in that jester costume. They knew what they were doing. The producers and everyone were like, all right, we're going to turn you into the Garden. Because they're all big Garden fans over there. But also, this is the same friend who confused Jenna Ortega and Mia Goth with one another. So we're taking what she says with a grain of salt. But again, Wednesday has no chemistry with Enid either. She has chemistry with no one. And I almost wish that this show did not force relationships or romance within it because, I don't know, she seems a lot more cool and interesting when she's kind of on her own and not really into anyone, in my personal opinion. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people's hearts will be broken with this series. I understand wanting your favorite character to be gay. I root for it. However, I don't think that the show will ever allow it or ever explore that. And it's clear that she'll probably just end up with Xavier, even though they have no chemistry because she's Wednesday Addams. And I honestly don't think that romance needed to be involved in the show at all, but the show is definitely benefiting, like, from a marketing standpoint because there's so many people for her to be shipped with, which isn't necessarily the first thing that I think of when I think of Wednesday Addams. Don't get me fucking started on the plot holes. I feel like in every video that I've watched about Wednesday, people have mentioned there are so many plot holes within it because of the shitty writing. In my fucking migraine state, I'm loopy, I'm confused, and I swear that I made up that literally one of the main antagonists of the fucking show, one of the main bad guys who did the bad things, is a pilgrim who hates witches, but then gets resurrected by a witch and suddenly has witchy powers. It doesn't make sense. Why did Wednesday go to Nevermore Academy if she herself is secretive about her having these visions and powers? So like no one even knows that she has any powers to begin with. Is it because her parents are part of the alumni? Like what is it? Why is she able to go to this school? You know what I mean? Why was it such a big deal to her if her dad killed someone? Isn't that what the family is all about? And they're like excited about it. Like she was fucking excited that she almost killed a couple people. But oh my God, if her dad killed one guy, oh, it's such a big deal. It just doesn't seem like fitting for her character. Plot holes with the sirens and telling the truth about the hide towards the end of it. Like they could have just pulled the truth out of the hide. Anyway, the point is that the writing, you could tell it was rushed and just not. The show could have been so good. I unfortunately think that the show was lazily written. And I think it's being overlooked because their marketing team is absolutely killing it. Thanks to some amazing scenes thrown in there, like the dancing scene where Jenna Ortega had to choreograph everything because God forbid they had a choreographer who would have choreographed that and not like she had COVID during it all, which is also a weird thing. Like why did they make her work while she was waiting on a COVID test? But anyway, thank you to TikTok picking that up, because that contributed to why I wanted to watch the show. I saw that dance scene and I saw the music that they were using and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is right up my alley. I want to watch this. Only for that to truly be one of the only best 2 minutes within the show. Not to mention, Jenna Ortega is everything and she is going to be the next it girl within Hollywood. Thanks to her, because she saved whatever the remnants of this show were after Tim Burton and everyone else literally shit on it. Before the show really fucking blew up, like it's everywhere, number one, obviously. When I watched it, I was like, there's no way that people will like this. And there's no way that there will be a season 2. There's no way that anyone has anything positive to say about this show. It's cringy, you get secondhand embarrassment, plot holes, the writing isn't good. Like, it's a lot. Lazily written, put money in for the wrong things, weird ass CGI. But I'm surprised because people are eating this shit up. There will 100% be a season 2. Absolutely no doubt about it. And I hope that they will completely change the style of so many things, put the money actually where it deserves to be put in, like the CGI and the script writing. I don't think that it'll happen. I don't think they'll change the style of anything, but I can hope. And I will still watch it when season 2 comes out. That's for damn sure. I know that this is some people's absolute favorite show. I see a huge number of my subscribers and followers, little profile pictures, being a character from the show. I get it. People fucking love this shit. And I support being a fan of bad shows. I support mind-numbing content. And this is exactly what that was. If your brain was numbed enough, like mine was after blowing chunks and wiping little kitty diarrhea all day, then you too can overlook some of the plot holes and some of the bad acting and the shitty writing and somehow make it to the end of the season, because that's what I did. But I stand by what I said. Wednesday deserved better. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure that you leave it a like, but I understand if it's your favorite show and you do not want to give it a like because you're angry at me. Make sure that you leave a comment if you watched the show, because you probably did, what your thoughts are on it down below. I want to hear it. If you loved it, if you hated it, if you were disappointed in it, if it exceeded your expectations, I want to know. Make sure that you subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure you have your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. If you want to follow me on my other social media, Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, it's at Nikki Nasty. Yeah! I'm gonna go down and rewatch the Wednesday dance scene because it's like the best part of the show. Right, cowboy? Alright. Bye, cowboy. Bye!